Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars if you're watching on YouTube. You smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. And that's all I have for the boring intro. So let's get into this, Jeff. What are we doing today? Go.
BT Bam, Into the Unknown. No, the Blue Nowhere.
The Blue Nowhere from Between the Buried and Me. This record came out last year, 2025, and yes, in 2025, and we're still in the middle of prog season. Why are you doing that with your face? Do not do that.
Like
Do not. Yes, we're in the middle of prog season. We're having a great time with prog season. That's why we keep going. And
it's been pretty fun though.
It's been a lot of fun. This is our 5th week in prog season. This is the longest season we've ever had on the podcast, but it's been a blast. And we still have a few more weeks ahead of us, and they're all going to be gold. So, or I hope they are. So anyway, yeah, Between the Buried and Me, we're going to get into the Blue Nowhere, but we're going to start with our origin story with this band, first impressions on the record, and then I assume we're just going to kind of, what we've been doing with the prog season, we're just going track by track. If we have bangers, yeah. I mean, I think they're all bangers, but you know, we're just going to go track by track. But origin story with Between the Buried and Me, BT Bam, what do you got? Go.
So you can, like right now, you can still see my face?
I can still see your face just fine, yeah.
That's crazy. Because now my screen's black, just completely black.
Why wouldn't I be able, okay.
But it's just, I don't know, it's just crazy.
It has nothing to do with your camera.
I don't know, it's just weird to me that all these years I've been just like fucking blinding myself with my screen and...
You are the worst with technology. I mean, you're just absolutely the worst with technology.
That's probably why my computer always fucking dies when we're doing this because I put it on the max
brightness. I don't think I've ever really put my MacBook on max brightness because there's no reason for it. That's crazy.
Well, you learn something new every day.
So this is what you do. You sit down in your game room, in the game room when you're watching a movie, doing your notes. when there's no light on in the game room except for the TV, but you look at your monitor, your MacBook screen at full blast.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. Always. I don't think I've ever until just tonight. I don't think I've ever not had my screen on max brightness.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, you could even set it up to where your screen will automatically change depending on how bright the room is.
I don't like that shit though.
Okay.
I don't like my computer telling me how bright it should be. I tell it.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, whatever.
0-2. Origin stories. Alaska. That's a weird way to say Alaska.
Yeah.
That was stupid. BT Bam was a band that was fairly popular in high school. People knew about them, but it wasn't until Alaska came out that I liked them, and it wasn't. It was Angel, friend of the pod, Angel.
Yeah.
Because the record came out a couple months after we graduated, and then in the summer between high school and then going to community college, I hung out with Angel a lot at that house with Brian and Kevin. They played Dota and everything. And the Alaska hit, and he was obsessed with Selkies.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop with Alaska.
I would never say it not this way ever again.
Alaska. That is so stupid. It's not even fun. It's really not even funny.
It's funny. It's funny because like growing up, like a lot of my Mexican cousins would always call me Jeffrey instead of Jeffrey, like Jeffrey. Like put the ERY, and I don't know what it is, but like a lot of Mexicans always ask my name Jeffrey instead of Jeffrey. So Alaska just kind of made me think of that. Alaska. But yeah, it was Angel that really got me into this. And then I remember too, when that party house, when Angel lived in that house, I would go over there and jam sometimes. And like Carrie Ann was there, and like Dan Lewis was there sometimes. But he like we worked out the Selkies, the beginning, the ding 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 ding. We worked out that part for. It took us like fucking months to do that. I don't know. That was like a. I don't know. I guess that was it though. But I was really proud.
Core memory. Some people would
yeah,
say.
exactly. It was a core memory. I was really proud because it was like after high school ends, like what do I do? I can do whatever
do I go
want.
to college? Do I get a job? Yeah.
But like if you do nothing, then you just feel like nothing because everyone else is doing something. So you feel like you should do something. I don't know, but it was fun to be able to like work. I think that was the hardest thing I've worked out for sure up until that point. Just tabbed out, I guess, with somebody, and that was a fun core memory. But yeah, it was Alaska Selkies.
Jesus
my
Christ.
intro. I don't know. Moving on.
Yeah, I mean, I know I had heard the band, from the first couple records because I was very into the metalcore scene and the hardcore scene, the punk scene. I was very much into that, more so than you for sure. You loved your indie rock, you loved your format, you loved the Weezers and all that stuff. But no, I know I had heard them, but it wasn't until Selkies from Alaska that I really started to take proper notice and really kind of dig it and enjoy it. You and I saw BT Bam the following year, like in 2006. We saw them at Ozfest, and I remember that was super fucking rad. That was the only time I've ever seen them live, as far as I remember. Unless I saw them at Warped. We saw them at Warped Tour later on, if they played Warped Tour. But I think they did, but I can't remember. But I know specifically we watched them at that Ozfest in 2006. But that was really the only time I saw them. But yeah, my true origin story is with Alaska. From 2005, so, and Selkies, more specifically Selkies, because you, Angel, those guys in that group, they fucking love BT Bam, especially you and Angel. So, and because of that, I got into them as well. So there you go.
Good.
Origin story with this band. Let's get into the Blue Nowhere, their newest record from 2025. First impressions on this one, and then we'll start going track by track because there are 10 tracks. Really, only 8 of them are proper songs. The other 2 are interludes, but we'll get into it. So, first impressions, what do you got? Go.
Yeah, first impressions when this came out, I one song leaked. I don't remember what song it was. It might have been the Blue Nowhere, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is weird." I was excited for it. The K38, the bar that he used to work for, the owner of that bar, like this is his favorite band. And when Renee got hired there during like their orientation, and he was like, "Hey, my name is Anthony, and my favorite, here's some things about me. Here's my favorite movie. Here's my favorite band." And like to hear somebody from Arizona, obviously he's from Orange County or LA, but to hear somebody in Arizona say my favorite band is BT or Between the Buried and Me, he's like, "What the fuck?" Right? That's so weird and bizarre. But I remember he was super stoked. He's also a big Gizzard fan too. Hates Primus.
What?
So funny.
Who hates Primus? What?
I fucking hates him, dude. Just like with a passion hates him.
Oh, that is
so funny.
Stupid.
But he was really excited for this and was like, "Dude, check this out. Look at this like clip leaked and look at Dan's talking about this and like check this out." It's like, okay, whatever. Like it'll probably be cool for sure. But like how are you gonna follow with Colors too? And I thought they were just gonna double down and just get extra proggy and extra weird and just do something like no one's ever heard before. And they did, but not in the way that I expected them to. Not in the way I thought they were going to. So yeah, first impressions, I was impressed from the very first listen, from the opening track. I was like, damn, this is fucking solid.
Yeah, first impressions. When it came out, I listened to it a couple times when it came out. It didn't really wow me, but I kind of just had it in the background. I didn't really pay that much attention to it because I was kind of stuck in like, the Colors stuff, the Colors albums, the Alaska, I should say.
Alaska.
That's how you're actually supposed to say it. So I didn't really give this record that much of a chance until this week. I did listen to it 3 times this week, the Blue Nowhere, and this record is a outside of Colors 1, and really Alaska for that matter, Alaska. This is their biggest jump in style. The biggest jump in style. This is where they've said, let's just make the quirkiest, weirdest shit we've ever fucking done, and just cut out a lot of the death metal, a lot of the tech, or no, it's still very technical, still very math rocky, but they just cut out a lot of the death metal stuff, and that's fine. And everything just flows perfectly, just perfectly. It's an hour and 11 minutes long, 10 songs, like I said, but yeah, that's my first impression. I didn't really care for it that much when it came out, but now this week I think this is a top 4 record. I'm gonna get it on vinyl, but it's a wild record, man. It's all over the fucking place. It's all over the place in the best possible way.
When I ordered
shit they've never done.
stuff, when I ordered the stuff, I asked you if you wanted this.
Yeah.
No.
I did say no. Yeah, when you ordered from your distributor, yes, I did say no. I wasn't there yet. But also with this record, there are songs on here or parts on here that they've never done before. They've never touched upon. Never touched upon.
Yeah.
And they did it so fucking well. So let's get into this.
Cohen.
Ew.
Yeah, we could do top to bottom. That's fine.
Top to bottom. So the first track, Things We Tell Ourselves in the Dark, 7 minutes, 59 seconds long. I mean, it's a banger. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, this is I think Dan wrote the bass line here supposedly, and then the band just kind of played around with it and just extrapolated from that. It's very funky. The funky riff, inspired by him listening to a lot of Jackson, Prince, but also these guys don't just listen to normal shit or normal whatever, but they do like a lot of jazz fusion stuff. And then a lot of jazz fusion, a lot of funky bass players. So that's where this song stems from, and you can definitely hear it, like the upstart guitar, the funky drum beats, the synth transitions. But we still get the classic BT Bam sound coming through, right? Like there's still that thing in here that makes them BT Bam and metalcore, and at their roots, super catchy chorus. There's also some of like the Oingo Boingo kind of sound in this track, and a lot of these songs, just like
Oingo Boingo. That's interesting. Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
Silly, wild, kind of choppy pacing that Oingo Boingo does. And I'm not a huge fan of Oingo Boingo, but they do have an iconic sound that I do respect. But it's easy to dismiss this kind of stuff, and you see a lot of like the Triple Ps, the pretentious proggy people. As I said earlier, it's easy to dismiss this as just like goofy, fucking dumbass clown kind of music, because that's kind of what it is on the surface. But like, it's still well written. It's still stuff that like, doesn't make any sense and shouldn't go together, but it does, and they make it so.
Yes. Now with this song, I mean, it's groovy as fuck, man. It's so groovy. The funk is all over this. Incredible math rock little sections throughout this one as well. Mostly clean vocals. And I compared this song most to Faith No More. This is a straight up a Faith No More. Maybe even I don't know too much about Mr. Bungle. I haven't listened to too much of Mr. Bungle, but is it Mr. Bungle? Wait, what's
Mr. Bungle's a little metal, a little chaotic, a little fucking weird, a little choppy.
I would say more Faith No More because I'm more familiar with that band. But yeah, that's very much this song. And when you said like clown circusy and everything, Oingo Boingo, now it just all dawned on me instantly that this record is Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Like had Danny Elfman produced this record or co-wrote this record, it would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
There's that Danny Elfman Nightmare Before Christmas, just very kind of circusy feel, Halloween feel to the songs. Absolutely. Now it makes perfect sense. Now it's Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman seems like he was the inspiration that the band took for this record. It's Danny Elfman all over it.
Which is cool because Danny Elfman makes like pop music, but it's dark, right?
Yeah, it's super weird time signatures.
It's dark and fucking weird. But these guys just take it and beef it up with metal and prog.
Well, it's like I don't know if you ever listened to it, but that solo record that Danny Elfman put out a few years ago, the one that Josh Freese played all the drums on, that's some weird proggy Danny Elfman shit. Like that. Now that I'm really kind of digesting this all right now, that could, if that Danny Elfman record had heavy guitars and death metal to it, it could essentially be this Blue Nowhere record. It really could.
That's cool.
But damn, dude, that's perfect. That's what it is. That's what this fucking record is.
This record's not that old, right? So like we're talking about this almost in real time.
Not even a year old.
Yeah, we're talking about this like in real time. So like in our rankings, this could go up, this could go down. Our views could change on this, whatever. It's still new enough to not really get into all the nuance of it, or even just let the test of time take its toll, like the song Selkies or like Colors has, and even Colors 2 is still not that new anymore. So that's had a lot of years to digest. So I do think this might get even better with age because it's just so fucking weird and so fresh and so quirky.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited.
Agreed with you. I totally agree with you on this one. And the way they weave in and out of the funky, groovy stuff into the death metal stuff is just perfect. The kind of off drumming throughout this to transition, and then also the transitioning between the different parts. Just he nails it. He fucking nails it. What's his name? Tommy is the singer.
Thomas
the
Pridgen.
drummer. Blake, the drummer.
Vasson?
Blake Vasson, yes. Blake, the drummer, he fucking nails it all over this record. So Dan Briggs on bass, Blake Richardson on drums, Tommy Rogers on vocals, and then Paul Wagner on guitars.
Wagner?
All guitars.
Wagner?
I'll just say
Wagner?
Wagner. Yes, Wagner.
Wagner.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Wagner forever.
So stupid.
Dumb.
I guess we might as well talk about it right now. Their longtime member, their core member, Dusty Waring, who had been in the band since the Alaska album. Since then, this is the first time he's not played on one of the records. They went on to become a 4-piece since they kind of let him go for sexual allegations, which he fought, quite a bit against.
Hard.
Yeah, fought hard, and who knows? He could be innocent. We don't know. Nothing was ever brought to court. These are all strictly allegations. But yeah, he was essentially fired from the band. But then also, you look more into the band, and so the 4 guys in the band right now, outside of Dusty, they're all vegan. They're all straight edge. Dusty seems to be the only outlier in all this. He's the only one who's not those two things. And, we've known, hardcore kids, straight edge kids people over the years. And it could be a very close knit community.
Yes.
And not fair to other people.
Especially like the older you get, and not saying they're radical, but the more radical you get with those ideas, if somebody doesn't fit in within those things. And that's kind of what Dusty said was they pushed him out because they wanted more royalties, and they just didn't vibe with like his lifestyle. And again, who fucking knows? I don't know enough about him, the band, the life backstory, whatever. But a lot of times when you see this kind of thing, you see like, yeah, I'm going to take some time for my family. I'm sorry. He never did any of that. He was just kind of like, no, what the fuck? I never did this shit. So that's always kind of like.
And I think even he brought like receipts to it. He's like, no, I had this relationship with this woman for before and after these allegations happened.
Yeah.
And, it was all consensual. And here are the pictures that she sent me. Naked pictures. I think he provided all these receipts, and I mean this is based off of the very limited research I did on it.
Yeah.
I mean it could be that these are just allegations. We saw a lot of this stuff over the last 10 years. I mean a lot of it was true, unfortunately.
Messy stuffs. But I don't know enough either way. So I don't blame him, nor do I think he's innocent. I don't know.
Yeah, I think what it came down, his firing from the band came down to lifestyle differences between the 4 guys and this Dusty guy. I think that's really what it came down to.
Which is easy to use. Or it's easier to fire somebody or get rid of somebody or let somebody go if you have a reason to, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the reason is. So whatever.
Also, a band like with this kind of reputation, they don't want their legacy to be tarnished by a guy who possibly did something.
May or may not.
Yeah, they've done something terrible. So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, just to kind of get that out of the way.
And that's
really these
partly
4 dudes.
That could be a reason why this is such a departure from anything they've ever done, is because they lost a songwriter, and they were like, how do we do this? I don't know. Let's make a pop record, but BT Bam style.
Yeah, this really is the closest thing they've ever done to a pop record. Literally the closest. I mean, there's more clean vocals on here than I would say any record they've ever done. There's one song on here, which we'll get into, but that is all clean vocals. No growls, no screams, nothing. So, Things We Tell Ourselves in the Dark, the first song, lyrically. So the lyrics for me, I just don't know what the fuck he's talking about most of the time. I'm just kind of. I got through.
I got one deep. It was this one, and then I was like, I don't want to do this, and I didn't do it anymore.
I did everything up through the last 2 songs.
Damn, son.
Like, it was tough, man. I was reading through these lyrics and I was trying to piece together things. I couldn't find anything that I just couldn't find anything. It just seemed very the random. But here, Tommy has said that, Tommy, right? The fuck is his name?
No, Dan.
Tommy Rogers. No, Tommy, the vocalist.
But I think Dan, didn't Dan write this song, the bass player?
Yeah, but Tommy wrote the lyrics.
I think, I don't know.
Did he?
I think
I'm pretty, well, whatever. Whoever wrote the lyrics said this is about like egos and an inflated ego and all of that. And when you take that into consideration when you're reading the lyrics, it kind of makes sense. It talks about, the arrogance, or somebody being very arrogant and treating people like shit and all that kind of stuff.
It's loose though. It's loose. And
it's very
it
loose,
talks about like room to grow and things like that. And like, I don't know, dude, that's pretty loose.
Yeah.
I think the whole record lyrically is fucking loose. And again, I did the lyrics. I got the same thing, but after on the second track, I was like, this is too much work. I don't care enough about this. Therefore, I'm not going to do it. And I stopped.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we get into the next song. Next song, God Terror. This is 6 minutes and 41 seconds long. What do you have musically on this one?
Is the one you think sounds like Jonathan Davis?
We'll get into it. What do you think?
We're literally getting into it right now.
I think
there's no.
Well, I wanted to hear what you thought, but I don't think Jonathan Davis on this one particularly. I think it's Manson.
Yeah,
I hear
9 Inch
so
Nails
much
and Manson
on it.
for sure.
Yeah.
This is heavy in a way
electronic.
BCBM doesn't normally do. It's a bizarre song. It doesn't make a ton of sense. It's a frightening sounding song, and then just going like sequentially. At about like 2 minutes in, we get this like breakdown, and it's a perfect change of pace. It brings like the song to like a familial pace or a familial place, while keeping the edge still sharp, still weird. And the synthy lead that drives like the middle part, like that's fucking 9 Inch Nails kind of thing. It's weird. It's proggy. And like that last third part really reminded me of Tool. Just like the transition itself was very Tool sounding. And don't forget, we did Tool. We're Tooligans now. So
we are Tooligans now, yeah.
More so me than you. I'm probably the authority on Tool sounds and what they are and who they are and their music and everything. So if you have questions, you can always revert them to me. But yeah, this is a good. Ultimately, it's an experimental song. Showcases that they'll do anything they fucking want, even if it sounds like shit. Because this song, and I mean this in like an endearing way, and I do like this song, but the song sounds like shit, and it's fucking weird. And it's like, what is this, bro?
It's like blown out. It's really blown out, and that's why it reminds me of Manson. It reminds me of the Antichrist Superstar. It reminds me of Hollywood, mostly Antichrist Superstar, but it has that very kind of blown out electronic sound, just a lot of fucking noise, just a wall of fucking noise. But it's all electronic driven. That's where I compare it to Manson, and also even vocally. I mean, this is not Trent Reznor vocally. This is Manson type vocals, very distorted, blown out vocals on top of it, but a type of screaming that's more of like anguish screaming rather than the growling type of scream that he's known for doing. Yeah. So that anguish type of new metal. The anguish scream is a very new metal. It's very Manson, very Korn, very much of that scene. And that's what he's going for on here. But in the end, it's really an electronic driven song. It's a long song, but it's killer, man.
It's a long song. I think it's just, like, to me, this is the weirdest sounding song on the record. Mm-hmm. I think this is the outlier, considering like all these songs are kind of the outliers to them. But this is like, what the fuck is this? And like for me, the first two songs are kind of like, okay, look, come on, let's get to it. And then once we get to the next song, Absent Thereafter, then the record opens up and it's like, oh shit, you guys are doing something good here.
Well, I think the first song, Things We Tell Ourselves in the Dark, that's my 2B. That's my second banger on this record. I really love that song because I love the funky groove to it. It's so kind of out of their wheelhouse for doing it for that long within one song. Because once again, this band loves to do things in like chunks and sections, like let's say 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 15 seconds. That's usually what they do with their genre hopping. That's about how as long as they last before they jump into another genre.
Yeah.
But overall, Things We Tell Ourselves in the Dark is just all kind of one thing. It jumps around, but it's generally one thing, one overall style theme per se. And then God Terror is another one. It's my fifth banger if I had to choose a banger. But it's because this is also a song where it's more electronically driven, more industrial driven. And that's cool too. I like that they took a song, had an overall theme, an overall style to it, and then they added the little quirkiness within that overall style, which is cool. It's different for them.
I think because we don't listen to a lot of funk, I can't tell if their funky rhythms and parts are just like fan service to somebody like me. Yeah. Where like, oh yeah, I've heard a couple of funk songs and I know who Funkadelic is. Or if that's like getting into the roots of what funk is, right? Like when we hear them do other genres that we like and enjoy, like, oh yeah, I can clearly tell these guys fucking love that genre because of that little nuance there shows me that they know what the fuck they're talking about. The funk stuff to me just sounds superficial. Like when I'm jamming with the neighbors and we're like, oh, let's play something funky. Like, okay, here's what I would play if I'm trying to play something funky on the guitar. Something super fucking basic of what I think funk sounds like. And so that's what I think it is. But again, I don't know a lot about funk music, nor do I really care because I don't like the genre that much. So that's why I wouldn't call it a banger. But I still, but like it's the opener to the record, right? Like you're opening the record with a fucking funk number. That's what the fuck?
It's wild.
That's
wild. For it to last for 8 minutes,
I know,
8 minutes. Once again, this is a band who loves to throw the weird genres in randomly throughout songs. But to take the first 8 minutes of your record that is generally funk based, that's really wild. It's cool. I love it. That's what I think is so cool about this record is that once again they'll take one song, an 8-minute song, have it based around one type of genre, but then throw in the elements throughout there. Instead of just like let's make a death metal song and let's throw polka into this death metal song. Like it's we've heard the death metal thing ad nauseum for the last 20 years.
So many times.
But it's cool to hear a funk-based song or an electronic song in God Terror, and then let's throw in the weird, quirky stuff.
I mean, the opener is more like a funk song with a little bit of BTPM thrown in there. Yeah. Whereas, like normal, like you said, like just like a BTPM song with polka or bluegrass or whatever they're throwing in there. Yeah, the opener is more like a funk-driven song with
it's
BTPM
based in
thrown
something
in.
different.
But God Terror is just fucking weird, bro. That song is just noise and just.
That's kind of its charm too, because it's something that it's an outlier within their discography.
Oh, for sure. I think this is the weirdest song they've ever done.
It's really fucking weird. And also Paul Wagner, the guitar player, like you look at what the music that he likes, like there's not much written about any of these guys, but from what I gathered, his favorite guitar player is Paul Gilbert, which we all know Paul Gilbert is a guitar virtuoso. He's like arguably one of the greatest guitar players, like top 10 guitar players technically of all time. Very jazz-based, jazz fusion-based, and you can hear jazz fusion all over this. Jazz fusion is all over this goddamn record, especially with the first song too. There's the funk with the jazz fusion. It's there, but not like bad jazz fusion. I'm talking like Mahavishnu, like good jazz fusion, not 1980s, 1990s jazz fusion. And it all makes sense. I think Paul Wagner, I think he's an incredible guitar player, and what he does on this record is something else. Along with the drummer, Blake. Blake is all over the place on this one. So fucking good.
Yeah, this
four dudes.
Yeah. It's four dudes.
Fucking dudes.
It's four dudes.
It's crazy. So, God Terror, lyrically, from what I gather, it's about being heartbroken. The girl leaves him because he's a shitty person. He knows he wasn't good in this relationship, but he still just misses her so much. So I feel like it's just like a song about heartbreak. But even still, I think it's so loose because I really don't know what the fuck he's ever talking about. So,
I mean, I think I did it with and I don't know who else I did it with, but there's sometimes when I just like I don't know, and I don't care enough because I'm so vested in the music and I want to do that part of it that I just give up because I don't care, and this is definitely one of them. So from here on out, I have no lyric notes. So any out there?
Mine are very minimal from here on out.
None.
and then my last two, I have zero notes on the lyrics because I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Good. Okay. Good.
So,
good.
Okay, so we're getting into Absent Thereafter, the third track from this record. This is 10 minutes and 28 seconds long. It's a doozy. It's a doozy. And it starts heavy right off the bat. Just busy as hell drums. Very chuggy verses, great transitions, and then the fills with that acoustic guitar, that scale, the very math rocky thing.
Dude, it's like,
I love it.
I mean, this is my 1B. Like, if I think I have 3, like, for sure Bs, and then everything else can be Bs here or there, if and when I spend more time with this record. But this is, like, my 1B.
This is my 3B.
And it's because, like, imagine if, like, if Eddie Van Halen played, like, bluegrass. That's what this fucking guitar sounds like. It sounds like Eddie Van Halen playing bluegrass. And it just comes out of fucking nowhere. The first time you hear it, you're like, what the fuck was that? That's weird. Mm-hmm. But we know, right? We know what BTBM does. They throw a little concept out. And they say, don't worry, we'll come back to it. And then, like, but the way they bring it back throughout the song is cool. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like this spot that we remember and want to come back to over and over. It drives anticipation because we want to hear it again, but we're also enjoying the song itself. And what's cool is we know they're going to come back to it, and we do during the hoedown. I don't know what other ways to put it, but it's a hoedown. It's a fucking hoedown.
A hoedown's a good way to put that part. Yeah.
Right? That's what it is. It's a fucking hoedown. Dude, it reminds me of not just Eddie Van Halen, but the way Blake plays the drums, it's very, very Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way he plays, just like driving the song forward, no flash, no thrill, no frill. The way he drives the song forward, it sounds like Alex Van Halen, and it sounds like Eddie playing guitar. It's fucking wild. And like, dude, we talked about it. You mentioned it. Paul's so fucking good. He is so goddamn good. That last part where his solo, where he scales down on the chug and then ends on the harmonics, like like what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like.
And what's so cool about Paul is that he doesn't, like, it sounds incredible. It sounds so cool, but he does it sparingly. He does that kind of weird shit sparingly. It's not every single song. It's not like Zakk Wylde with his pitch harmonic where he does it every 4 bars, you know. I mean, he does it very, very sparingly. So when he does do it, it's like, whoa, that's so fucking cool. Like you're so kind of taken aback because it's not shit you normally hear.
Yeah. It's like, sparingly, and it lasts like 3 seconds and it's over, and you want more, but you don't get it for another, like, maybe a record or 3 songs or 30 minutes.
Yes. So this song is like, there's maybe 3 or 4 parts within this one 10 or 11-minute song, I should say. So it's like the first 2 minutes, it kind of builds and builds and builds. It's heavy and shit. 2 minutes hits, it becomes this like big ethereal kind of thing with clean vocals, and then, like you mentioned, the hoedown part, around 4 minute 30-second timestamp, it becomes this hoedown blues, very country riff. The Motorhead kind of double bass comes in, but even Alex Van Halen, I get the
that's fucking hot for Teacher. You know what I mean? Like,
Alex
that's what
loved
that is.
Doing that kind of double, like not super fast. But neither did the guys from Motorhead. They didn't do the double bass super fast, but they just did it constantly. And so it has that very Alex Van Halen Motorhead feel to it. Mickey D or Filthy Phil, you know, it's very much of that kind of feel, I feel. And also the guitar solo. It's just a ripping blues guitar solo. And that's what's so cool too, because a lot of these jazz guys or who love jazz music, jazz fusion, they can't play blues licks or riffs very well. Like you watch like a guy like Tosin Abasi or watch like Paul Gilbert or Steve Vai, they can't play blues shit very well. They're not good at blues stuff.
It's beneath them.
So they don't
think
practice
it's beneath
it.
them, and they
really do. They don't practice it. So you throw them in a situation, and there was a famous concert like 20 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, where it was in that thing where like, let's kind of jam with each other, all these like great guitar players, and they couldn't jam with each other. They just couldn't do it because they couldn't get the bass blues down. But Paul Wagner, he has those chops. He could do both. And I think that's what makes him a great guitar player.
And like, not only can he do both, but he does it in that style, right? Like, this is like, to me, this sounds like bluegrass. It sounds like if Jerry Garcia was a metal guitarist and just faster and just fucking more wild. Like, it's fucking bluegrass through and through. But he's also metal, and that's why like the Eddie Van Halen thing for me just was like perfect. Like, damn, imagine if Eddie Van Halen played bluegrass music. It would sound like this.
It would, yeah.
And it's crazy. And like, all this happens like essentially at the halfway point. Like the song's so long, and the later part of the song like still has the hillbilly shit, but also has the piano riff riding with the Alex Van Halen drums, right? So now we're getting like the piano riff and the drummer going at it, and the guitar's taking a back seat. So more blues, like more piano-driven blues.
This is also a great song in that it brings it all back to the beginning, because the beginning of the song has the heaviness, the really, really heavy metal stuff, and then it goes into the ethereal stuff. We get into the country hoedown stuff. Then it kind of all stops, and then it builds more with the killer fucking that bass line, like around six and maybe almost 7 minutes into the song. Everything quiets down, and then it builds with this fucking bass line. The drum rolls, just drum rolls for like maybe a good 30 seconds, 40 seconds, just building with that bass line, and then it drops back into the quiet part, and then the last 3 minutes of the song is a combination of it all, a combination of the big heavy death metal kind of stuff with a tinge of the country and blues lead guitar lines.
That's
like it's
wild,
just,
right?
The song goes everywhere, but then keeps it in the context of itself.
The last 3 minutes of this song brings it all together. But in the it sounds like it shouldn't make sense, like that heavy almost death metal mixed with country, blues, jazz. It just doesn't. It should not make sense, but they make it make sense. Those last 3 minutes. The last 3 minutes of the song is already
wild.
longer than the average Weezer song.
I know. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
Wild.
But so we have 10.5 minute song there. Lyrically, I know you don't have the lyrics here, but I think maybe this is about like drug use. But then reading about it, these guys are straight edge, so that's probably not. But what I gather from it, it's like maybe about psychedelics, that initial rush where everything is kind of one and everybody's all one together and all of that. And then there's kind of a crash, but then you just kind of repeat over and over and over again, like the high over and over again. But in the end, it wouldn't make sense with their lifestyle because they're all straight edge, all vegan, you know.
That's cool.
Also, actually, I forgot to mention musically on the song, saxophone. Within that, the last 3 minute section of the song, a lot of cool saxophone. It fucking works. They throw the saxophone in.
You
and
don't
it
even like
works.
the saxophone. Get the fuck
out of here. I don't like the trumpet that much.
All you do is shit talk the saxophone. Literally, you fucking hate the saxophone.
You're right. I do. I don't like the saxophone post like 1977, 78. I really don't. Unless the Mars Volta does it. I really don't like the saxophone.
Bro, saxophone
I really
is rock
don't.
and roll.
Saxophone is stupid. And
it's rock and roll.
No, it's not rock and roll.
Yes, it is. Saxophone is rock and roll, kid.
Okay, whatever. So let's get into Pause. This is 2 minutes, 48 seconds, 49 seconds. Yeah. This is really just an interlude, acoustic, clean vocals. I don't know what he's really talking about. I don't care.
It's just, this serves as an intro to door number 3.
Yeah, exactly. So door number 3, 5 minutes, 58 seconds long. Chuggy fucking riffs, blast beats right off the bat. What do you have on this one?
This would be my 2B, like if I was ranking my 3 or I think I have 4 true. Yeah, I have 4 true Bs. And then like everything else I could go. Like they could be Bs or they could not be Bs. I don't know. But door number 3, this would be like my true 2B. Dude, dope transition from Pause. I like Pause as an intro to this. I wish Pause was a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, and a true part of door number 3, because I think door number 3, it opens up. If you didn't have Pause and it coming straight off of the Absent thereafter, I think it'd be kind of weird. So I like its placement there. Whatever. It's technical. It's kind of weird in what they're doing with it. Maybe some odd time signatures in there. I don't know. I'm not a fucking drummer. Yeah. Don't really care. But lots of pacing changes. Lots of pacing changes. The fuck is it? Blake Richards? Reed Richards?
Blake Richardson. Yeah, Blake Richardson.
Blake Richardson. He does so many different things, like so many different beats throughout this song. That's like 5 minutes, like you said. Yeah. But the bell usage, at some point, he's just like ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean? It's loud, it's crisp, and it's just like it comes out of nowhere, and like he does not hide it, and it's not hidden in the mix whatsoever. But it's not annoying. It doesn't take over the song. It just fucking adds such a nice texture, such a nice layer. And then we get to like the flamenco guitar part. Come on, man. Like, he's so good at the guitar. Like, he's just so good great. And just so well read. A musician's a musician.
I think honestly, he's an underrated guitar player. Nobody talks about him enough. And he's also and also he is a jazz fusion guitar player because he plays PRS guitars.
Yeah.
Because wait, no, actually I take it back. He plays Ibanez. The other guy, the old guitar player, plays PRS. I take it back. My theory is not right. But in the end, a lot of jazz fusion guitar players love PRS guitars for some reason. I don't know. They still sound great, but PRS.
I was trying to think of a pretentious thing because PRS, pretentious, and then RS. I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head, though.
Pretentious rotten scoundrel.
Well, I thought of something more. It was not appropriate for verbalization.
So yeah, this song is it's a short song on the record, but yeah, once again going back to Blake and his versatility as a drummer. Starts with the chuggy riffs, like I said, the blast beats. Then he drops into that like kind of groove metal thing in the intro. The verse hits. You get this Danny Elfman kind of disco beat thing going on, and then in the choruses again, it just drops back into the groove metal thing. It's just, goddamn, dude, Blake absolutely nails it with the drums on here.
I don't know what the beat is, but like I always just say it's the disco beat, that that thing.
The Got the Life, Got the Life
disco beat, yeah. And it's just like the way he can kind of like weave in and out of that, just like at will, whenever the fuck he feels like it. And even like he'll even go in and out of that mid riff, right? He'll pull like a Danny Carey and just do whatever he wants to while the band is doing their own thing, and then let's find our way back to where we're supposed to go. Like he drives the songs in a lot of ways. But unlike Tool, and don't forget I know because I'm a Toolian. I still using that word. But unlike Tool, Paul's a phenomenal guitarist and can also help dictate where the song should go.
Just dances around Adam Jones as a guitar
player.
like
Adam a lot. I don't give a fuck,
Adam's.
Dude. I like him.
Adam's like one of the worst parts of Tool, but I mean he's.
There's only 4 guys in there. Of course, he's one of the worst parts. The worst part's Maynard. So yeah, Maynard, Adam's bottom 2 of Tool for sure.
Maynard is. I mean, but Adam is still like.
Adam's top 3 in Tool. That's all I'll say.
Okay. But yeah, in the end, Paul Wagner just runs circles around Adam Jones, so it's not a fair comparison. But also, about 2 minutes 40 seconds into the song, it double times. It double times with the drums. Blake fucking rips it up, and it just gets super heavy, and then that eventually leads into the acoustic kind of flamenco guitar thing a bit, around 3:25, 3:30. Man, this song, what they do in just under 6 minutes is wild, man.
And even the flamenco part too, right? We're not just like just cutting all ties with metalcore and just like let's just do a Django Reinhardt thing and everybody be quiet and let's let him play. Like no, we're still in the realm of metalcore. This is still a metal band doing a flamenco part. How do you bridge those two things together? They do it well. It makes sense. It flows nicely. It's not out of place to where it's like, oh, insert here, right? Copy and paste here. It just I think it makes sense and it flows nicely.
Yeah. Now lyrically, I mean, I have here. It's just how depression is always there. It comes in big waves, and when it comes, it's fucking really rough. And no matter what happens over time, it never gets better. So I think it's just a constant struggle within his life. That's what I gather from the lyrics here. But once again, I could be completely wrong because these lyrics are tough to interpret. So
I thought it was like a Monty Hall thing.
Okay.
Like in Brooklyn Nine. Remember Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I don't know what from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Do you know the Monty Hall? I think it's called Monty Hall. Monty Python. Do you know the Monty Hall the equation, the equation, the problem, where if you have let's say you have 3 doors and there's a prize behind one of the doors and you pick door 1 and I take away 1 door, would you change your answer or would you just keep your same answer? And you're supposed to change your answer because the odds do change, where a lot of people think that like the odds don't change.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah, that was like the riddle, right? That Holt had with he was trying to
Kevin. It was him and Kevin were fighting.
They were fighting about it, but Holt was trying to get Amy and Gina in on it too to see what they thought about it.
And they both thought he was wrong.
They both thought he was wrong, or Amy thought he was wrong. Yeah,
which he is wrong.
Yeah, but Amy didn't want to tell Holt that. Okay.
Yeah, Because, like, I mean, now this is put it to bed here because in case anybody else is like, well, doesn't make any sense. The Monty Hall problem, you have 3 doors, door A, B, C. If you choose, there's a prize behind one of them. You choose door A, and the guy behind it says, okay, I'm gonna get rid of one door that is not the prize, and he gets rid of door C. Now you're only left with A and B. Would you change your thing to door B? And some people would say, well, no, because the odds are locked in when you change it, when you pick your door. Whereas that's not necessarily true, because let's say we have 1 million doors, right? Mm-hmm. Doors 1 through 1 million, and you choose door number 1, and then I get rid of all doors except for door number 2 and number 3. Would you still keep door number 1, or would you probably pick door number 2 and number 3, right?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
The chances of you picking 1 in a fucking million, like, you can change your answer to door 2 or door 3, right? So whatever. I don't know. That's my.
I get it.
You should change, because the odds change when the doors are going away. And Holt was wrong. Anyway, move forward.
And door number 3 in this might be about something related to that, but
that's what I thought
whatever.
It was. But I didn't. I actually didn't even read these lyrics. I did. I literally gave up. I was just like, this is too hard.
I wanted to give up so bad. Because what I do when I do the notes, I'll go song by song. I'll do the lyrics I'll read all the lyrics, write out what I think the lyrics are about, and then I'll listen to the song while I read the lyrics, and then I'll go and then I'll repeat, rinse and repeat.
I like to do the lyrics first, because then if there's something in the lyrics like, oh, that's actually really fucking cool, that's a cool point, then I like to hear the music and see if it like intertwines with that point that the lyricist made, which kind of like will prop up the music to be a little bit better. Here, I did the lyrics once on the first listen through, and that was it.
Yeah, it was tough.
That was it.
So then we get into Mirador Uncoil. 51 seconds. Shortest track on the album. It's an interlude, circusy kind of thing. Who cares, honestly?
This is super, super peculiar sounding, right? Doesn't it sound peculiar? Yeah. It sounds like it could be in like a Danny Elfman movie.
Yeah, very Danny Elfman, yes. And then we get into Psychomantium. Psychomantium. This is 11 minutes, 12 seconds long, and it starts off heavy and aggressive up until like about 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and then you start weaving in some like Queen. I hear a lot of Queen, and also, you might hate me for this one, Queen and a lot of Muse. With like the big anthemic stuff, very Muse. Very Muse.
Like the singing parts, they're kind of like ballad-like, but they're backed by dark, heavy, like riff-heavy guitars.
Yes, exactly.
I can see that.
Anthemic vocals with big, heavy guitars.
I don't hate all
Muse. Just kind of a wall of sound.
I just hate the era that you think is like the best era of Muse, which is not.
Well, it's just like you and Skip, all you guys do is bitch about how bad Muse is and how Radiohead is so much better. That's all you do.
I mean, they are. That's
all you do.
Radiohead is better than
but
Muse,
all you
for
do
sure.
is all you two do, Skip, friend of the pod, Skip. All you guys do is talk about, well, Radiohead did it better. Tom York did it better.
Well, you're saying two different arguments here.
Who gives a fuck?
There's two different arguments here.
I don't care.
Yes, Radiohead is a better band than Muse. And then the second argument you said...
In some instances,
yeah.
No,
in all instances.
In some instances.
Yeah, in all instances, Radiohead is a better band than Muse. But not all Muse music is bad. Some of it is actually pretty fucking cool. Muse's first couple records are pretty dope. But the era of Muse that you like is just dumb.
What era of Muse do I like?
You like
you
think Black Holes and Revelations is like the best song you've ever fucking heard in your life. So
clearly you don't listen, because that is not true at all.
You don't like that song?
That's a great song, but Absolution is their best record for sure.
Yeah, no,
and then the
not
Second
for sure.
Law.
It's not.
I think it's the
best
Second Law. That's the record.
Second Dumb is what it is.
Shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Get fucked. Psychomantium. I like using that a lot. I tell it to everybody too. Even at work. Get fucked, dude. That's stupid.
It's so fucking disrespectful. I love it.
Psychomantium. That would be my 3B. This would be. I mean, it is my 3B, I guess. Wild parts, dude. Just wild noises too. Like we go from the standard kind of BT bam into the piano driven kind of, again, oingo boingo sound. There's some really cool like riffing and the uses of the whammy bar, right, to lower the pitch of that last note before the little lead. Very Van Halen again, showing his chops, showing he's actually a really good guitarist. And even the singing parts, like I mentioned, they're kind of like ballad-like, but they're backed by like the dark, heavy, riff-heavy guitars. That is very
Muse.
Very Muse, dude, or Radiohead. But Muse, that's very Muse. Relax.
Better Muse.
Relax.
Yeah.
The build in the second half is just fucking absolutely wild. It's so much noise. It's so much aggression. The notes and the riffs, it builds, and then it slowly releases into like this fucking yacht rock Miami Vice solo. And it's just, you know what I mean? Like everything slows to a crawl. Right. And it's this weird release, right? Because we're just like, we're pent up, and like, but it's not a drop. It's more of just like a slow release. Mm-hmm. Not like dogs out of the cage, but more like just, we're chill, dude. And it's just fucking weird. And I like it because this solo is the first time we hear this Miami Vice kind of yacht rock solo kind of guitar part, which will come back later on in the record. So keeping the progginess alive. I love it. It's 11 minutes of fucking shredding. It's 11 minutes of cool, just really atmospheric parts and weird shit and shredding. It's dope.
True. Shredding, but also in different ways throughout the song, because the middle section of the song, so around 3.5 minutes until about just a little over 8 minutes, that's all, let's throw a Queen type of piano, let's throw the Muse stuff in there, let's throw in the death metal, let's do everything that we're kind of known for, but also throw in, like we were talking about, the anthemic rock Muse stuff and all that shit. And then you get to a little bit over 8 minutes, then you get this like kind of cool little drum solo from Blake. Blake. Yeah, from Blake. And then I want to say our friend of the pod.
We already said his last name.
I already said, yeah, Blake Vesson. So like this little drum solo, but then there is this relief. The relief ends the whole song, or wraps up the whole song with that outro. But there's still some great guitar playing, a lot of clean vocals on this part as well. So it really just kind of rounds out. It just rounds out something that you're just pummeled in the face for about 8 minutes of the song, and then you just have this relief for the last 2-3 minutes of the song. It's like, God, I fucking needed this break after just getting
pummeled,
just killed. Yeah, pummeled, killed. Yeah, it's a wild fucking song. So, Psychomantium. It still made a banger for me on this one. It's my 7B. It's lower. I mean, I have 8 Bs because the 2 interludes don't really count. But Psychomantium, it is a bit lower.
Okay, that's all right.
So we get into Slow Paranoia. What do you have on this one?
Dude, again, just building. The song builds nicely. It layers nicely. Starts off like slow, trudges along, just fucking muddy. It's a messy, heavy song. And then we get like a sneak peek, like that xylophone sound. Is that what that is? Like a xylophone thing that comes in?
Yeah, I think it's like a xylophone. Not even I don't think it's a marimba, but maybe a
Because I looked
something
at
within
the
that
credits,
percussive.
But I didn't see anybody playing this. So it might have just been like on the like a synth thing, like a plug-in, a keyboard. But anyway, it'll come back as always. But before we get to the full like harpsichord thing, the dun, 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 like we're in fucking jolly old England, everything just like spirals, and then there's just so many parts going on here. We get to the theater part. And it's a theater part, right? Like the over the top piano, like driven theatrical number, the singing. There's so much orchestration going on. And what's dope too is like they put in those quick chugs, like blast beats, the same way they do the opposite. So when they're doing like, the normal BT bam stuff, and they'll throw in like a bluegrass part that we'll come back to later, right? Or they'll throw in like this weird polka thing that we'll come back to later. This is the opposite. It's just, I think it's a theatrical number in the vein of Panic at the Disco, but then they go like, oh, don't forget, we're still metalcore, we're still a metal band, and it's just so fucking cool, right? Like flipping the script, like Ben Stiller does that, flipping the script, baby. It's so exciting. I get so excited. I'm excited. Yeah. Prog season's been fucking great. It's been so exciting.
It's been really great. Yeah.
Every band that we've done has just been equally just. Even some bands are better than others or whatever. Like Mars Volta, obviously we know a lot more. But everything's been so fun and fresh and exciting.
I completely agree with you, and hopefully next week will be the same. But this song really builds to a crescendo, then kind of drops back into something a little bit quieter, and then builds up again into something massive and heavy and brutal, and then it kind of rounds itself out. So like, around 2 minutes 50 seconds, it goes into this kind of like jazzy number, clean vocals, slow heavy kind of build, like with the guitars and all that kind of stuff with Blake's drumming, and then at like 4:10 you drop into the heavy death metal shit. but there's still that circusy kind of Danny Elfman thing playing behind it, because with a lot of that marimba or xylophone, whatever it is, it's just all kind of like, it's this. I feel like the xylophone, marimba, whatever, is kind of the thing that's gluing everything together. Like it's the underlying instrument within most of the sections of this song, whether it's more up front, you know, in the jazzy sections, or more in the back on the death metal.
So exotic for this,
sections.
and like, wait, what the fuck was that?
But that's what they do. But that's what they do.
We
and
haven't
then
heard them do it on this record yet, so that's what's keeping our attention.
Yeah, true.
Like, what the fuck? What
Because
was that noise?
They've done polka, they've done all kinds of shit way back to Colors in 2007. But on this record, yeah, you're right. They haven't really touched upon that polka kind of element with the xylophone marimba.
Or vibraphone.
But then you get or vibraphone. It could be vibraphone. Yes, you're right. The vibes. But at 5.5 minutes, it drops into this, like, this is almost like the bridge of the song. It drops into this kind of anthemic guitar thing. The double time on the bass, you know, very kind of Motorhead kind of thing. And then you hear very Jonathan Davis style vocals with the clean vocals. And then eventually the whole song rounds out with super heavy math rock kind of thing. So the song kind of, it just, once again, it builds to a crescendo, drops back down into something lower, builds again to a crescendo. And then there's like 3 different sections to this song.
Yeah.
But they all kind of do the same thing, but with different genres, different instruments, different styles. Whether they're subtle or not, I don't know. But
I think whenever I hear just like the harpsichord, right, that old timey like Beethoven-esque harpsichord, the harpsichord sound.
Mm-hmm.
I think whenever I hear that, I just automatically like revert to like, oh, this is theater. I associate that with theater.
Makes sense.
So I don't know. I do feel like all those slower parts here, like for me, it was theater.
I totally get it. Because there is a lot of that. There's a lot of the piano. There's a lot of this dramatic. I don't. Maybe there's something in like musical theory that explains this better. But the piano and just the way these instruments, the way that they express themselves. It just, I don't know. I really don't know.
There's a song they do, and I can't, off the top of my head, I can't fucking do it. But it's on Colors. It's part of Colors. Dude, whatever. Never mind. Move on.
Okay.
I was gonna hum it, but like, there's no way I could possibly hum that.
No, there's no way. And there's no way that anybody could ever pick up on
Absolutely,
it because
yeah.
Colors is just so out of control.
But like up here, you have you know exactly.
Yeah,
what
you know exactly
say,
what it is,
but this cannot talk to this properly.
Yes. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to like convey what I'm thinking, but it's just not coming out.
That's I'm thinking.
Lyrically, I just wrote down, I have no idea. I have no fucking idea what this song is about. This 11.5-minute song, no idea.
This is the last one that you wrote lyrics for, right?
No. This is because actually I take it back. The last 3 songs I have no lyrics for.
Oh,
not
okay.
2. Yeah,
gotcha.
So I have no idea what this song is about.
Okay,
Slow Paranoid.
fine, fuck it.
So let's get into The Blue Nowhere. This is my favorite song on the record.
Oh,
yes.
This is my 4B, dude. This was like a dark horse.
This
This is wild. This is yacht rock. Okay, so like I saw a Redditor post like the perfect fucking comment about this. He said, like, BTBM is so progressive that the most progressive thing they've ever done is to make a song that's non-progressive.
Yes, that's exactly what this is.
It's like, damn, dude.
Exactly.
That's wild.
It's shocking. It's truly shocking. They've never done a song like this.
Ever.
This is
not
the
even
first
close.
time they've ever.
Not even
close. But it's still 6 minutes long. It's still 6 minutes and 1 second long.
It's radio friendly fucking like yacht rock dad shit.
Dude, 80s. It's 80s sounding song with the heavily distorted lead guitar lines, the palm mutes during the verses, and then the vocal melody. Like, what is this? It's like
I heard a lot of Rivers
catchy.
in the way he sings and his vocal melodies itself too.
Yes. But the vocal melody is catchy, but I don't know what it is. I don't know musical theory at all, but I feel like this falls into that category. But there's something about that melody that I really, really like, but it doesn't sound right. Like in a pop sense, like you hear pop songs, it doesn't Like he's got the right
Yeah.
idea, but he doesn't quite reach
There's
that.
something off.
There's
about it,
something
right?
there. There's something off, but I don't know what it is. It's so fucking weird.
like one of those notes is a minor instead of just all this major thing, or something's happening there where you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. But I love that vocal melody in the chorus. I think. But I mean, people who listen to this podcast, who have listened to this podcast, know I don't like most 80s music. I really don't. But this has 80s music written all over it. And I think this is incredible. Like, this is cheesy, cheap 80s music, but done in a great way for whatever reason.
We're definitely in like an era where things are kind of like one of two things. Either it's aggressive, as they say, woke. Like things can just be very woke and whatever, or they can be like heavily like based in nostalgia, right? Like the Super Bowl, and there was a commercial in the Super Bowl where it was like Ben Affleck and fucking like every.
Oh, the Dunkin' Donuts one?
Yeah.
With the de-aging?
There were so many fucking people. I don't even know where to start. But, like, that's based in nostalgia. And no matter how dumb that commercial was, it was still fun to watch. It was fun to watch because, like, oh, shit, right? And, like, we're based in nostalgia. And for some reason, even though we don't like 80s, we didn't grow up with 80s. We were born in the late 80s. We are not 80s kids by any means. We're barely even 90s kids.
But we still watch like all the reruns from the 80s when we were young kids.
There's nostalgia with this. And like we watched the best of the reruns, right? Like imagine, because we grew up in the 2000s, essentially. We watched a lot of shitty shows in the 2000s that are just like we would never watch those reruns. And people that are growing up in later eras would never watch the shitty shows that we watched in the 2000s. So the only 80s show we watched were the ones that were successful, the ones that were good, the ones that people like agreed that are like, oh, these are the best ones. So we have this weird kind of like detached nostalgia, and that's why I think like the Blue Nowhere hit so hard, like for us, is because we're only getting the best of the '80s, right? Like even like fucking
that's actually
GTA
a great
thing.
point. Yeah, no, that's a great point because it's like we dislike '80s music and that synth-driven kind of those synth-driven songs, but this is really literally taking the best of those. Of that new wave 80s genre and just literally taking the best parts out of that and throwing this into one song.
And do like almost, it's still like a metal song though. There's still parts of this that is metal, right? So like we're getting nostalgia for an era that we did not grow up in, that we don't even fucking like, but because like our favorite band is doing it, because our grilled cheese band, our comfort band is doing this, we like it. And they do it fucking well. They do it really, really well. And again, man, just the way he noodles, it's so natural. Like nothing about this sounds like he's just soloing. It just sounds like they just mic'd him when he's warming up to practice. Yeah. Like, that's what it sounds like. It's beautiful.
Dude, this song is so good.
It is really good.
I playlisted this song all over my playlist. I think this song, damn dude, it's so goddamn good. And like people listening to us talk about it, when they go to listen to it, if they go to listen to it, they're probably like, "What the fuck? Why do you like this song so much?" But there was some I can't even explain what I mean.
It's a good
we kind of explained why
song.
we loved about it, but it's cheesy as fuck.
Yeah,
it's so cheesy, but I love it.
It's the title track. It's number 9, and it's like on paper, it should be the worst song on the record.
It should, yeah.
And they again, that's what BT Bam does. Dude, they blow your mind.
God damn, I love the Blue Nowhere. I think this is just a beautifully written song. And like I said, nothing they've ever done up to this point. Never. Not even close. Not even fucking close.
I think on this album, like two songs, God Awful. What's it called? God something. God Terror. God Terror and the Blue Nowhere are two of the most wildest songs we've ever done.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
On the same record,
but also
decades later.
But also two songs that sound like other genres.
Yeah,
specifically sound like other genres.
Even they do. Fucking God
sounds
Awful.
Like Manson. Sounds like 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah,
but
taking
not
the best
quite.
parts of it.
The best parts of it, and like not making it better per se, but yeah, just taking the best parts of it and making it their own. Oh, it's fucking incredible.
Because like 9 Inch Nails are cool when Trent doesn't fucking open his mouth and sing like annoying fucking shithead. Whatever. We're not 9 Inch Nails.
Great production.
Maybe we'll be one day. We're Tooligans now.
You know what's weird? You bring up we've talked about 9 Inch Nails so much and Trent Reznor. I was Unwritten Law were posting some shit because they're playing some shows recently or coming up, and I went back and I looked at the Here's to the Morning record, and I completely forgot that they were actively trying to get Trent Reznor to produce the Here's to the Morning record, but they just couldn't do it. Like they tried everything to get Trent Reznor to do that record, but it just schedules didn't work out. But can you imagine that Unwritten Law record with Trent Reznor? It would have sounded something completely different. But that's what they fucking wanted. They wanted Trent. Like
I'd be interested in that actually.
That would be wild.
Because there's no electronics in those early records, and so I think it would be very low end heavy and low end driven, which would actually be kind of fucking cool. Very like danceable beats. I don't know. That'd be kind of fucking rad.
It'd be so cool. The complete opposite of what that album became, because that album is like one of their poppiest records they've ever put out, and it's incredible. But yeah, can you imagine an Unwritten Law record with Trent Reznor as the producer? But anyway. That was just a random thing I came across today that I had forgotten about because I was looking up stuff about Unwritten Law. I love that band, dude. I fucking love Unwritten Law. Ever since we did them on the podcast early last year, dude, I love that band so much. I love that band. I really do.
That was one of the better. That was one of the better shows we've been to in a while too.
Dude, that show was so much fun.
Watching the old guys play this fucking record that came out 30 years ago.
Two records. Yeah.
But
it was so much. I don't know. Some of those Unwritten Law records are incredible
because it's comfort food, dude. It's just good comfort food.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's like eating a fucking. You come home from school and your fucking parents have just a good grilled cheese ready to go. That's what it is. That's what Unwritten Law is. It's fine.
That's what they are.
It's fucking good.
Can't wait to see them again. But anyway, we wrap this album up. This Between the Buried and Me, we're really getting off. We're talking about Unwritten Law when we're talking.
We should be talking about 3 times too. Now I want a grilled cheese.
Now you want one. Okay. Yes. So we wrap it up with Beautiful Human, 7 minutes 52 seconds long. Honestly, this record, it could be taken off the record. You really don't need this. This record's already over an hour long.
Yeah.
So you take this off, it would come out to be like a solid hour. Like you take this out, the 2 interludes, I'm fine with it. You have a 7 song album. I'm totally fine with it. This song to me like it's kind of like the wrap up of the whole record, like a little bit of everything you've kind of heard on the record into one song, but it's like at this point, who cares? Like you should have ended with The Blue Nowhere, with something so weird off the beaten path for this band. But then you go back and you round it out with Beautiful Human, which isn't nearly as good as the first song or really any of the songs on the record, the proggy songs on the record. It's really lackluster. It's my least favorite song on the record.
Same. It is this. I mean, do you have anything else? Because
no.
When I go into Beautifully Human,
you can go into your wrap up. Yeah.
My record wrap up. Yeah, Beautifully Human is probably my least favorite song. It is big. It plays out big. Huge drums, easy enough, slower guitar parts. It's a good ender. That last solo is fucking boss. It is so goddamn good. But on the vinyl, I don't think the vinyl that I bought. It's the deluxe one. There's an overture. There's an overture. There's an overture. And so if you listen to the overture, it makes sense. The Beautiful Human goes into the overture, which overture sums up the record, and that the true ender. So yes, I wouldn't mind if they took out Beautifully Human and the overture, but I also don't mind listening to both of them. They're fine. They're cool.
Yeah,
the overture's like 5 minutes
listen.
long.
It's
not
really
a bad
not
listen.
a bad listen. Yeah.
It's cool. Dude, the instrumentals. I know when they dropped the instrumentals, maybe like 6 months ago, whatever it was. I
forgot they did that. Yeah,
I was all about it too, and like, god damn, man. I listened to the instrumentals again this week. And they're so fucking good, and you can listen to the instrumentals and just be fine. This is a band that has so much going on. It's almost better just to like exclude the vocal part and just focus on the instrumentals because there's so much to digest. This is an incredible record. It's not like top for me yet because it's too new. It's too new.
Yeah.
I don't have any nostalgia with this because it just came out, but I'm happy that we're getting BT band that is still fucking fresh, dude. Just like I don't know. This is the most fresh record they've dropped probably since Colors. This is something that's just like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, nobody expected this. The cover art, the color scheme of the cover art, like, nothing about that.
It's bright. There's nothing dark about this record.
It's cute. It's colorful. It's bright. It's happy. It's upbeat.
We haven't seen anything like this since Alaska. Alaska was like the last. When it comes to artwork, Alaska was the last one that had any sort of light colors.
White.
Yeah.
Right?
Like light colors, yeah.
This is crazy. This is crazy stuff. I can't believe it. I can't believe that. I love, and we talked about the Hives and about the Hives when we did the Hives in the pod and the Hives Forever the Hives, their latest record. I will always give more points to a band that's been around for decades and can still put out consistently fucking amazing records, especially if it's their latest. And so the Hives Forever, I give more points to that because that's my favorite Hives record. BT Bam, I give more points to this because it is their latest record. And it's like, damn, dude, you guys are still wowing me. And this is a band I've been following since like their third record. So like every subsequent release I've listened to, and I don't like this genre really at all. But this is a band that I do really, really enjoy. 2.7.
2.7 out of 3.
2.7.
Okay, so we have a 3-point rating system.
Good.
Where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So 2.7 out of 3. Not bad.
2.7.
So
2.7. It's so exciting. It's so fresh. It's so fun.
Yeah, so my final thoughts, I think this is one of their most unique records. I think this is the most unique thing they've done since Colors. Maybe not their best record, but their most unique thing. It's not as death metal or as aggressive as other records, but that's fine. You don't need... They do everything so well that it doesn't fucking matter. I don't need all that death metal. Like, it's fun, it's great in parts, but you don't need it all. This record is one of the more balanced records they've ever put out. I would honestly say the most balanced record they've ever put out, because it's not just one genre. They just dabble in so many things for so long. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, there are songs on here that are based around something that's not death metal, and then they throw the death metal into that genre. And the fact that they could even do that, where they've spent their entire career making death metal music or just metal music, and then throwing in elements into it, and then do literally the complete opposite of that on the Blue Nowhere. It's just goes to show how great these guys are as songwriters, as musicians. It's fucking fantastic. With that, I will give this a 2.75 out of 3. I will give this a 2.75 out of 3. And based off of this episode, I would probably bump this up to my number 2. Like favorite. I mean, I'm going to have to listen to Parallax again. Parallax 2, I should say. But this might be my number 2 on my favorite like BT Bam records. This record is something else, something special.
That's okay.
So, yeah. But
if you just hit like the Reddit threads, a lot of people like are in the same boat as us. A lot of people are like, dude, this is going to creep up in my rankings. This is going to get better. Yeah. This will get better with age. So this could honestly be their greatest.
This could honestly be the greatest record they've ever put out. I mean, depending on what comes out after, obviously. Yeah. But I mean, based off of what we have now,
give it time.
We'll see what within happens. The next year, this could be the best thing they've put out, hands down. Like, no argument. This could be the best thing they've ever done. It's that fucking weird and different, and it's just incredible. So that's all we have. Thank you all for listening.
Without even lyrics or story, right? Damn,
right? Yeah, I know. There's no concept. This is not a concept record. Just musically, where this album takes you is incredible. But yeah, Prague season continues. We have another at least 3 weeks of Prague season, and we're having a blast. So, what are you laughing about?
It's a lot of weeks.
It's a lot of weeks. It's 2 months. We're gonna do 2 months. 2 months of Prague season. But I love it. We hope you all love it. So anyway, thank you all for listening, and that's it. That's all.